Hello, welcome to the EB Knits YouTube channel. My name is Emily. I am the founder, creator, artisan, maker behind everything you see here at EB Knits. Welcome, thank you so much for joining me. This is EB Knits podcast episode 2. Before I get into it, I just want to tell you guys, so I actually recorded this entire podcast 2 days ago, and I deleted it. So dumb. It was my own fault. And, not on purpose. I edited the whole thing. I wrote show notes. And then when I went to save it, there wasn't enough space on my phone, so I was trying to make more space. And when I was trying to make more space, I deleted the video. The edited and the originals. Oh my god. So dumb. So anyway, just want to tell you this is my second go-round, which is probably good because one, the first time I was wearing the same sweater, but it was on backwards. So hopefully this will be a little bit better than that. And then last time I also talked for 55 minutes. So this one will probably be much shorter. Hopefully 30 minutes or less. I just got so excited. I have so much I want to share and show, but I will try and condense them and then save some more for next time. Also because today is January 20th and I was trying to do 2 a month, so mid-month and then the beginning/end of the month and then mid-month. So like I said, today's the 20th, it's only 11 days away till the end of January, so 10 to 15 days from now, there'll be another podcast. But anyway, it is what it is, and I'm sure I'll have more to spiel about because we all love knitting and there's never enough time to talk about it, especially to fellow fiber friends. So, welcome, thank you. I wanted to tell you just quickly where to find me on social media, EB Knits. On Instagram and Facebook, EB Knitwear on Pinterest if you're a Pinterest person, and knit_talk on TikTok, but I haven't been on TikTok in a while. I need to work on getting back to that. It's just not really my thing, and I'm trying to build this YouTube community. It's kind of my pivot for 2021. So EB Knits is a knitwear company that I own, and it's been I founded it a few years back. I think it was November 2017? Nope, November 2018 it must have been. So this is Moonlight, my cat, if you can see her. She might make a visit in some of the podcasts. You want to say hello? I'm not sure if you can see her, so here. Here is Moonlight. She's our little rescue kitty. She loves to get her head scratched, but she doesn't love being picked up, so. Yes, so EB Knits is where I focus on handmade knit and crochet accessories that are eco-friendly with a pop-up shop at EBKnits.org or EBKnitsbyEmily on Etsy if you want to take a look. So first I wanted to talk about a story sale that I did on my Instagram. So that has since expired, of course, but I just wanted to share for any fellow business owners. I have a very small following on Instagram, and a lot of it is friends and family, and I'm still trying to I think I know my target customer, but I'm still trying to market to them and find them and get them to follow me. So that's still a work in progress, and I only made one sale on the story sale. If there's any fellow business owners, that was my experience with it. I am in the process, literally today, of adding the listings to my website for the in-stock update. If you guys want any, it is pretty much all winter collection. So pause and let me rewind. I live in Florida, but I'm originally from Illinois. I have now lived in Florida for a year and a week or so. It was second or third week of January last year that I moved. But the way I started knitting was with beanies. I loved making beanies, and I made so many, decided to start selling them, and that's kind of how EB Knits started and evolved. And I just didn't want to let that go this year. Even though I live in a warm climate, knitting hats is still one of my favorite things to do. So I decided to create a winter collection. I used ethically sourced wool, and it was really fun to make. And I was lucky enough to a local shop in my small town in Illinois I reached out to, and they were willing to stock some EB Knits beanies and cowls and headbands. So that was really exciting for me. But unfortunately they closed in mid-December, just with the pandemic and everything. So some of that stock that didn't sell, I now have again in my possession. So I listed that in the Instagram story sale because honestly it's just easier to do that first than to take the time to put everything on the website, at least in my opinion, because I add a lot of pictures and make my listings pretty detailed, so I would just kind of being lazy, honestly, and posting them on Instagram, but also it's just a way to market to other people, I think. So I am currently in the process of, like I said, literally today, I was just doing it before I decided to record, and I'll probably do it a little bit after as well, adding those listings to the in-stock section of my website. I have learned another kind of just EB Knits related lesson that I have learned in the last few years, at least for me right now, is that the custom section is where the more interest is. So originally, I started my first year just having custom listings. You pick from the yarn that I had. It was all very newbie, very novice. And then the second year, I had some in-stock accessories, and I tried to, knit quite a few beforehand, but like 1 or 2 sold, but the entire stock of that same item didn't sell. So at least this year, I don't have a ton of in-stock items. I think selling my samples or selling what I have is in the in-stock portion. I would say everything in stock is literally just like 1 or 2 is usually one of a kind, or there's just 2 of very limited quantity. And then the custom section where you can choose your color and make more personal preferences is where I've found the most success, at least this edition, into what else is new with EB Knits Land. And actually, before I get there, I wanted to share this sweater is the Evening in the Village turtleneck by 2 of Wands. I have an entire finished object video on it that you can find in the finished object playlist, or just another video on my YouTube channel. So brief note on that before I forget. Okay, so what else is new in the EB Knit shop? As I just mentioned, some of the most popular things in 2020 were my holiday items or my seasonal items. So I thought, what is coming up? And that is Valentine's Day. So I've got it hanging right here. I decided, actually, I originally made these. These are just like filled 3D hearts, and they just are in a stick. But that'd be super cute. I really like it in this little old jar. And I think this stick just makes it more, naturey. I think it's really cute, better than just like a wood skewer. But that is my opinion. I wanted to offer these to you guys, but then I thought the sticks will break in the mail, and the shipping supplies that I need to be confident that they will arrive to you in one piece, I couldn't get those in time for me to receive the shipping supplies, put the orders up, you to order, me to make it, and then get it to you. Also, you have it by Valentine's Day and with a little time to spare, so you could actually put it out for decoration. So that might be another year thing, but these were just really cute. And for any fellow crocheters, Happy Berry Crochet is the tutorial on YouTube I used. Just a really nice, she walks you through step by step. This is actually a different video, but I decided I liked the Happy Berry Crochet hearts the best. So then I also had in my idea kind of a wall hanging. And I'm sorry about that background noise. That is my ice maker. Okay, so then I had in my head a wall hanging, and I just kind of went, okay, hearts explosion. Actually, this is my, that's my drawing. I'm not the best drawer, but that's my little hearts explosion wall hanging idea. And I will take it down from here. So it's 3 hearts. Again, the Happy Berry Crochet hearts are the top 2, and then it's another bigger heart tutorial that I was experimenting with. And another note, she mentions the invisible join in her tutorial, or no, the invisible decrease, and I looked that up and found that to be way better than the regular decrease, because that I just thought it had too many holes for any fellow makers out there. And then this is a string of hearts that I've linked in the tutorial to in my show notes, and 2 tassels and a pom. So I think it's really fun, it's really cute, it's really on theme. And then after I made it, I realized, yeah, it's cute for Valentine's Day, but I think it'd be adorable in like a little girl's room or a newborn room. It doesn't have to be a girl. So then I went ahead and added the custom list to my website, where you can choose this wall hanging in warm colors, which is what is here, cool colors, which is like blues and grays and greens, or neutral colors, which is like black, gray, brown, tan. So if you wanted this as a decoration in just a room instead of for a holiday, for Valentine's Day, I think that would be an absolutely adorable option as well. So this one is for sale right now, and then you can custom order it as well if you so choose. So that is my big what's in the shop right now for Valentine's Day. Now I have one more item that I just listed an hour ago. So this, okay, first of all, let's just talk I was gonna talk later about what's behind me, but, so I guess that's to come. I won't mention this yet. But, so another new thing in the shop that transitions from Valentine's Day. My third Valentine's Day idea was when I was on Pinterest. I was scrolling through ideas, and I saw a mug cozy, and I thought, that's really cute, actually. I have seen mug cozies before. I've had them even suggested to me, and I was like, I never use them. I don't see the appeal of them. I never offered them. I never made them. But something about this just struck me, and I was like, this is really cute. So I went ahead and tried it, and here it is. It's a fail. The heart is totally off center. I tried replacing the heart like 4 times, and it didn't look cute. So this one is not a winner. But I still liked the heart on the mug cozy idea. It still stuck with me. So before I go on to the next thing, one, I just kind of want to show you the process and how many attempts go into one thing. And here you're not going to see all the attempts because there were many that have been ripped out and redone. But like here's a full one that I just completely finished, and then when it was done I said, oh no, this does not work for me. But I wanted to offer this to you guys. So if there's someone watching by chance and you want this, leave a comment. If there's more than one, I'll do like a random comment generator or whatever. And then I will message you private, or I will probably just leave a comment on your comment or whatever, and we'll get in touch. Give me your address, and I will cover shipping to the United States only. And I will cover shipping and just send this to you for free. USPS first class mail is how I will send it. So if you want it, just let me know, because I mean, it is cute. It's just the heart is a little lopsided. Okay, so then I found this pattern by Woods and Wool. It is another heart, and this is intarsia crochet. My first time doing intarsia crochet, and I really enjoyed it. Or tapestry crochet. Yeah, it's tapestry crochet. I'm so sorry. I'm still like a crochet new. Well, I've been crocheting since like March, April, May of sometime 2020. So I would still say a new crocheter. I'm much more experienced in it. And knitting, to be honest, is still my number one. My number one hobby. But crochet is really nice too, and I learned to love it for what it's for, like sturdier objects and whatnot. So, at least in my opinion. Okay, back to this. This pattern is by Woods and Wool, and it is a tapestry crochet. Like I said, I really liked that technique, and I 100% recommend her patterns for any fellow makers watching. It was perfect for a beginner like me who never done it. It was well explained. Pictures were clear. It was like a 4 or 5 page pattern for this simple little thing. So I'm definitely interested in trying more of her patterns because I was just so impressed with how she wrote out this pattern. So here is my heart mug cozy, and this did take several attempts. My gauge was too big, so I went down a whole hook size than what she calls for. And then you add a cute little button here, and this, it only calls for 1 buttonhole, but I went ahead and added 2 because I realized like this travel mug would need the smaller option here. Do you see that? It just, the button, it's on there, secure, perfect, great. But if we were using this mug, say, this mug is a little bit bigger and it would use the larger version. So it just hooks in right there, and this is nice because the button is good for a mug. It hooks under the strap, or the strap hooks under the handle, so it's easy to get on and off. So that's really cute, a little added decoration, if you ask me. And in case you saw, yes, I already shipped this mug. I got it, what is today? Wednesday? I got it on Saturday, I think. So, yep. Shipped it. Literally, I shipped it on Sunday, the day after I got it. And that's just Emily. Honestly, that's just me. So, then I was on the mug cozy train. And I was like, oh, So this, yeah, okay. Let me just get back to my original thought. So then I was on the mug cozy train. And, oh no, where's my, okay. Oh, here it is, right here. Wow. Okay, so then I was on the mug cozy train, and I was looking on Pinterest. I saw some other options that I liked, tried them, said, no, I don't love this as much, or this is taking too long. This isn't really an item that is going to be, when you add in labor and cost and all that, it's not going to be feasible. So I created with so many attempts that I'd already done, I said, okay, I can create my own. So I looked up a crochet stitch dictionary, found a stitch that I really liked. Again, this is all linked in the show notes, and I just went with it. I made my own design for a cozy. So this is a really simple texture. And again, it has the buttonhole. It has the button and then 2 buttonholes for different size mugs or containers, however you are using it. Let me hook it onto this mug to show you what it looks like on. Here you go. So yes, I think it is really cute. And then there was one more style that I really liked. It's kind of like my twist headband, but the twist is a little bit different. And I've seen other people make headbands with this style twist, and I said, okay, I want to do that. And so I just, again, kind of winged my own pattern. It's just stockinette with this adorable twist. And this one doesn't have the button. This is just a circle that you slide onto your travel mug. And I chipped the travel mug too the same day, just to let you know in case you're curious. But yes, so that is the twist mug cozy. So all 3 of these are currently on my website. These exact 3 are on the in-stock portion, and then you can custom order them in these colors if you so choose. Right now there are only these blue, I'm calling this light mint. It's like a light blue but kind of a green tint, light blue mainly though, but I'm calling it light mint. This red and white are the 4 colors it's available in right now. I am using this yarn is a mix of, it's 50% cotton, 50% recycled water bottles. So actually each ball of this yarn contains 3 recycled plastic water bottles that were found on the beaches near the ocean. So I love upcycling, and that is a great example of it right here. So these 3, like I said, these are 3 new items in the shop, and you are the first to know. I haven't put them on Instagram or social media or anything yet. Here are the options. And all 3 will be available indefinitely, most likely, even though the heart is kind of Valentine's-y. You can want a heart on your coffee mug or tea mug or whatever any time of the year, right? So I'm just gonna put these back here for right now. Everything goes in these plastic storage bins. So all of my EB Knit stock is in these 2 things that you see right here. And like I said, if anyone wants this one, you can have it for free. Just leave a comment and I will get in touch with you. I will, there's only one, it's the only one I have. I will send it to you, USPS first class mail, United States only. Okay, so let's talk what's next. What have I been doing in January thus far? So you just saw obviously what I've been doing for a little bit, the Valentines and the mug cozies. In the first week or 2 of January, I actually reread Dave Rose's Masterclass, I think is what it's called. So Deb Rose, Teresa is the owner or founder of that company and is a knitwear brand. And she's kind of I would call her one of the OGs. She no longer sells finished knitwear. Now she has a subscription service. She also wrote a book about crochet. So she's very experienced, and she came out with this masterclass, everything she's learned, everything she wished she knew when she founded her business. And I purchased it my very first year. So November 2018, I think I bought it on Black Friday. And honestly, my first read through, I was just overwhelmed by it. It was so much, which is great, but I guess for me, I just didn't feel like I could accomplish that. So I was a little intimidated, and I didn't find it crazy helpful. But as time has gone on, I've kind of gotten more of a grasp on my business and my direction, my branding, my photos and editing, etc., all those things. I have my second and third read-throughs. I read it, I think, once or twice a year since I've gotten it. And especially lately, I've been like, wow, this is all stuff that I 100% can implement and incorporate into my business. And I think it's really helpful. And she keeps updating it as well. So like just recently, she updated Pinterest and Instagram with her new strategies that she uses. So it's not something that's just static since 2018 or 2017, whenever she created it. So I think that's really helpful as well. So I definitely recommend, if you are any small knitwear business owners, some knit or crochet, it is pretty much just knitting. I mean, any business can use her strategies, but she really zones in on our niche. So it's really nice. I was going to say, I do have an affiliate link, and I think it gets you $25 off. So I'll include that in the show notes if you want to use that and use her masterclass as well, because I definitely recommend it. Let me grab my work in progress, because I want to go on to what I'm making now for myself. Sorry for that. Last time I had everything ready, and this time, the other day I had everything ready, and then this time I'm kind of like lost my steam because I was so annoyed at myself. But in here, we've regrouped. We've gotten the sweater. I am making the Camaro Sweater by Tanis Fiber Arts. I've admired this sweater for a long time. I'm really into color. So if I didn't mention it before, like my tagline for my business is eco-friendly knit accessories with a pop of color. So that's me essentially as well. I really like color, not that you could tell by the sweater I'm wearing right now, but so that is what this sweater really is. And I am using for yarn, Ken yarn. It was the Black Lives Matter mini set in March or April. He had offered a mini set where 100% of the proceeds go to Black Lives Matter, so I purchased that. It was my first ever mini set, and it's really pretty. So that is the yarn I'm using for my stripes, and then the main color is just going to be black. I haven't gotten to that section yet, so let me show it to you. I actually tried it on, well, it's actually a week ago now probably, and I haven't even knit on it yet. So it's on scrap yarn. It's not, this is the back here. I was just showing you the front. This is the front. So it's still on scrap yarn from when I tried it on the other day. It is a V, so hopefully you can see like the decreases that create that V shape. And I'm on my last color, this red. I just started the last color, so it's hard to see. Let's see if you can find, here we go. This is going to be the last color, this red. So I started, and then I actually, based on Ravelry project notes, I deviated from the pattern a bit at the start. I did the math, I started with the second stripe, because my first stripe is going to be this teal, but I am going to pick up stitches at the end and make a collar to make the V-neck more pronounced and to make it more finished, because she actually has a rolled collar, and I preferred the ribbed pickup stitches V-neck collar. So that's what I'm going to do when I come to the end. And then the rest of it, after I finish this red stripe, the rest will be black. This is DK weight yarn, and I am knitting a size 34, I think, which is much smaller than I would normally knit. But I couldn't meet gauge, and I kind of gave up. After I swatched twice, I still was knitting too loosely, so I went down a few sizes, and when I tried it on, it fit really nicely. I am going to do, it's not really cropped, I want it to like hit at the top of my pants. I don't want it to be the super long version that she has, I wanted the shorter version, and I like the less ease. So that's the one thing I'm a little bit worried about. This yarn is super wash, so it fits right now really nicely, but when I wash it, will it stretch too much? I don't think it'll be like unwearable or anything. It'll definitely still look cute. It just might not be as tight as I was hoping it'd be based on her picture. But that's my own fault because of my laziness with gauging and just giving up. But right now it fits really nice, so I don't expect it to grow too much, hopefully. We'll see. Okay, I told you about the yarn, I told you about my alterations. So hopefully this will be finished relatively soon. I had knit all the way up to here previously. I started, this was my Christmas Day cast on. I knit this, like, it took me a week and I got this far, or even less than that. but I had read the increase around totally wrong. It was my own fault, again, just like kind of glancing over it, thinking that that it repeated twice instead of changing the second time, which doesn't make sense because clearly it has to be a V, so why would you repeat this twice? But anyway, that was my error. So I did this whole thing with the wrong increase round, and it did not look good. It did not look good. It did not look right. So I tore the whole thing out, and that's where I am. That's why I had to restart. And so I haven't knit on this in a week. So I mean, I knit this probably in 2 weeks. It's a DK weight sweater, so it isn't really that long. It's just when I was working a lot and I was doing some EBKnits things, and I read a couple books, so I haven't totally been focused on knitting this item, but I'm excited for this sweater. And as I've listened to other podcasters, they say like, oh, when you have a podcast, you want to have items to show off every week or every 2 weeks whenever you do it, which is totally right. So hopefully I'll at least make a lot more progress with this by the next time we talk in late January, early February. One other modification I'm going to make, since I'm in Florida, I am going to do short sleeves. Because honestly, actually I'm kind of comfortable right now in the house with this on. This is fine. Actually, I'm probably going to take this off after we're done because I'm a little bit warm. But while I think sweaters are really cute, I want to continue making them, but I want to wear my knits, and I'm not going to wear a long sleeve sweater, to be honest, most likely. So the short sleeve will be what I'll wear the most, and that's what I'm going to focus on, is making knits that I'll actually wear and implement into my wardrobe. Because I just want to wear them, which... Oh, one other thing, I'm going to put it back. It's in this bag. It says probably yarn on it. This is a bag that I got 2019 Christmas. I almost said last Christmas because it's the last Christmas that I was actually with my family and we did gifts with each other and stuff. But I got this 2019 Christmas, and it's actually from Deb Rose, the person I just talked about with the masterclass. She has merchandise as well, which is something she talks about in her masterclass. So, hint, hint, I'm looking into that. Okay, on that note, let's take a look at what's next. I wanted to show a finished object. This is not completed in January. This is actually a December finished object. There's already a video on it in my finished objects playlist, so you may have seen this already, and it was actually my most liked post on Instagram to date, so there's a very good chance you've seen this. This is the Holiday Tunisian Crochet Sampler Blanket, and yeah, it's large, so you're probably not going to see the whole thing right just in this video, but if you watch that other video, there's videos and stuff inserted in there to get a whole gist of the thing. But it is by TL Yarn Crafts, Tony Lipsy. It's amazing. It's my first ever Tunisian crochet project, and I highly, highly recommend it. I love the blanket. One thing I wanted to say, again, I went on all about it in another video, but I do want to say that ever since it's been on our couch since I finished it, and it just brings me so much joy. I absolutely love the blanket. I worked really hard on it. It took about 3 months to make, and it makes me so happy to sit on our couch every day, knowing how much love and work I poured into it, and seeing, moonlight lay on it, our cat, and just being out there on the couch it brings me a lot of joy. So I don't have a ton of space to make a lot more blankets or anything to have them on display, but I want to make items that I can just, see, because they make me so happy. So that's something I just want to note and show you. A relatively recent finished object. Last time I recorded a podcast, I started talking about my dream knits, and I think I'm losing light here. So I will just talk about this quickly because I did want to share. So some of my dream knitting, in terms of the patterns that I have, I think I want to try the Soldotna next. I purchased that a while ago. It's an all-over colorwork short sleeve top. Probably won't make it as cropped as it is, but I want to try all-over colorwork, and I like that it's short sleeve. That'll probably be one of my next knits. But I don't know when. Knititude patterns are another one that I really like. I think I'm gonna kind of experiment. Hers are more modern and simple, I would say. They're more based on aimed at a beginner knitter. And I think for me, I want to have some fun playing with yarn. I want to get like bare yarn and try either naturally dyeing it with avocado, or dyeing some wool with Kool-Aid, or creating some kind of fade for myself, or experimenting, because I am a warmer climate, experimenting with cotton or linen and dyeing that somehow. So lots of ideas, but I want to play with yarn. I think like the simpler patterns, maybe some knitted tude patterns, or the classic just stockinette sweaters and stuff would be really perfect for that. So I want to try that as well, because I think that would be fun to dip my toes into, just kind of have fun experimenting with on my own end. But I wanted to mention also the Soldana, because once I do that, I want to get a little more experience with all over color work. And then I think I want to make the Ramblin' Woman cardigan. So, like I said, I'm trying to make more items that I will actually wear. And being in a warmer climate, well, originally I was like, it doesn't matter, I'm going to be visiting Illinois and Chicago all the time to see my family and whatnot. I can wear sweaters when I'm there. And then obviously the pandemic happened. I've only visited once since I moved. So now I'm like, wow, there's kids playing outside. I'm so sorry if you hear them screaming. So now I'm like, no, you've got to be realistic. Here, where you are, I will wear tank tops and short sleeves and maybe a cardigan. Won't wear a sweater as much. So the Ramblin' Woman cardigan by Caitlin Hunter, I have decided is on my to make list for 2021. I don't know when. I don't know if I'll just start it or if I'll actually get through the whole thing. It's a fingering weight cardigan. It has a ton of color work and it's got like big flowers and stuff. That's what draws me to it. I'm not a huge fan of the original color palette, but there's a few Ravelry projects that I just have heart eyes for. They're so gorgeous. I love their choices. So I'm kind of gonna use those as inspiration, and when I decide my colors, I'm gonna go for that route. Probably like a navy. There's one with mint that I really like, but I don't really wear a lot of like mint or greeny colors, so I'm not sure that I will. I might go more the direction of one that's navy main color with like orangey pinky hearts and stuff. So, or orangey pinky flowers. I keep getting my hearts and flowers mixed up for some reason. Don't know. But or there's another one that's gray with like pink flowers, and gray is another color that I think I'll wear more often. So I'm not sure if I'll go like the dark navy route or the gray route or something totally different. We'll see. I think it'd be fun to, I've never, honestly, secret, I've never been to a local yarn shop. So yeah. So maybe I would like FaceTime, or when it's able to safely go to a yarn shop and see if they can help me pick some colors too. So we'll see. I know that it's probably getting on a while now that I've been talking, so I'm going to start to wrap this up. But I did want to mention, for 2021, I'm putting it out there. I'm telling you, hold me accountable. At some point, I'm making the Ramblin' Woman cardigan by Caitlin Hunter. It's a fingering weight cardigan with lots of color work, and it's steeped. So lots of first, lots of big steps in it, but I definitely think I can accomplish it. It's just I have to actually get the yarn and get started. So that is one of my personal knitting goals for 2020. I'm going to take another sip of water while I look at what's next. Oh, I did want to show you what's behind me, because last time I showed you this yarn bowl. It was plain though. So my sister surprised me and got me this yarn bowl. And I recorded my very first podcast the same day I got this. So I was absolutely thrilled. And it's the cutest thing, like that heart just, oh, it's so cute. We're gonna have a painting party. I used watercolors on this. I don't know how long it will last, because watercolor's not really like probably the best for this kind of item, but it's what I had, and we said, worth a try. Worst you can do is it'll not stick. So it's, hopefully you can see it. It's kind of sunsetty. It goes from, well, it's supposed to go from red to pink to orange to yellow to purple, which it does, but there's supposed to be more. Like I used more shades of watercolor. They just don't all appear. So, but you can see the red and the orange and the yellow and the purple. So that's what's here right now. I might, looking at it now, either it's wearing off or I missed some of the purple spots. One or the other. I just had fun with this one night. She painted hers. she got one for herself and painted it, and then I painted this one as well. I just think it's absolutely adorable. I love the little flower. So, I mean, flower, heart. I love the little heart. So, I love seeing that, and she just surprised me, and that was so kind. And this is a basket. I probably talked about it last time. It is a sample of, I have baskets in my EBKnit shop. Oops, there's a ribbon coming off. I make baskets in my EBKnit shop. This was a sample. It is white, Jersey Be Good, t-shirt yarn from Wool and the Gang. And this is a ribbon from Knit Collage. So when you order Knit Collage, at least the kit that I ordered, it comes like wrapped in with all these pretty ribbons. Like the ribbon just wraps the yarn. It's so pretty. So I put those to good use. I have another basket with ribbon in my house, and then this one. And it's just so cute. So that is what's behind me here. Obviously, I decided let me hang up that wall hanging for this video as well. Okay, so that is all of like the knitting related stuff that I had to share today. Let me know what you think. I kind of just winged the format. I think it worked well, but if there was too much EBKnit stuff, if you're here for more of the personal garments and knitting, let me know. Hopefully I incorporated enough maker content with enough EBKnit content if you're here from the business side of things. Let me know what you want to see, what you like to see, because this is all just a work in progress, figuring this thing out. Just for fun, I think I wanted to share what podcasts I like to watch and listen to. So for knitting podcasts, I watch a lot on YouTube. Grocery Girls and Christy Glass Knits are my number 2 ones. They are my favorites. Grocery Girls just had one today that I'm gonna have to rewatch. Knitting Traditions is one that I recently found. She's based in Norway, which is cool. Just, from a different country. I like hearing what life is like over there, and she makes some really nice things. She's really also into like rustic wools and non-superwash. I have just started using natural items, and I'm still using superwash as well, which is for my sweaters. So I just really like hearing about the different fibers and how they interact, and just playing with yarn, because don't we all love that? I Heart Knitting I started watching. Stress Knits, Stacy from Stress Knits. I really like her. Twin Aura Knits. I feel like Knitting Traditions, Twin Aura Knits, Stress Knits, myself, like we're kind of all in the same age group, which is really fun. And I love like watching, a ton of knitting podcasts, but just saying like these are other fellow peers that I can relate to, that we're in the same age group and we're knitting, and who cares? So I think that's really fun. So Twin Aura Knits is another recent podcast. So I actually found them through Caddy Jack's Knits. They are another kind of like big time knitting I would call relatively big time knitting podcast. And they had a bingo night. Twin Aura Knits was on their bingo night. And that's how I found them. And I said, that'd be really cool. Let me check out their podcast. So then I caught up on a couple of their old episodes, watched a few of their Vlogmases. So that was fun. And they seem like really cool, relatable people. So I'm excited for them to have new episodes out. And then, like, what else? Oh, like the Chelsea Yarns I was into for a while. And then, I don't know. There's just so many. So I guess those are some examples that I can think off the top of my head. But there's so many good knitting podcasts. And so also let me know down below what your favorites are, because I always love discovering new podcasts. And what else am I doing or watching or reading? So I just finished a book called Queenie. And that's something I also really like to do. I've always been into reading, more so when I was younger though. I was like that kid that checked out like 6 to 10 books at the library, and I would actually read them. Like, I would stay up late all night reading. I loved reading. I still do, but I don't read 6 to 12 books in 2 weeks anymore. So that's something in the last few years I've recently rediscovered. And I try and share that on my Instagram, my books that I'm reading and what I think about them. I have a recent reads highlight that you can check out, which reminds me, Hello Stella has a Knitterary Society, she calls it, and that's her book club. So that's fun too. Check her out. So I just finished reading a book called Queenie. It was relatable and unrelatable. I think there's a lot of people in my age group, like millennials, can can relate to in it, and there might be some stuff that we can't, but you know, there's different, there's a lot going on in it, and it's also based in London, so their humor is also a little bit different. Like, you get that dry humor, and it's just not my humor or what I'm used to here from where I'm from in the Midwest. So, but it was cool. I mean, I liked the book, and it's based on, anyway, you can read my highlight about it, or you can just read the summary, but I recommend for millennials. I don't think I recommend for a different age group. I am currently reading Fortune and Glory by Janet Ivanovich. It's a Stephanie Plum novel. They're silly. There's like a bounty hunter, and it's just her quirky adventures. They're fun little novels. I like reading them. It brings me laughter and joy and a reprieve from everything else. So it's just fun, and it makes me laugh to read her books. And then to balance that out, on the serious side, I'm reading White Fragility. So I'm just trying to educate myself and learn more, because there's a lot of biases and whatnot that I'm still discovering and learning and figuring out. So yeah, that is a more serious tone book, but I really am enjoying learning about that. Historical fiction is another genre that I really like. So that's probably kind of the types of books you'll hear me talk about on here if I mention them. Am I watching anything right now? Not. Oh, I started. What's that? So Gabrielle Union and Jessica Alba. It just came on Netflix, but it wasn't on Netflix. It was on some other channel. Shoot, I don't remember the name of the show. But it's with Gabrielle Union and Jessica Alba. They're like police officers, detectives, and shoot, it's not like the tip of my tongue. I don't know, but it just came on Netflix, so I started watching that last night, and I'm so far into it. I'm always into like female shows with female main characters driving the plot, so that is what I've watched. I watched Bridgerton, which I would probably give like a 4 out of 5. I started watching Lupin, which is because I was looking at the top shows on Netflix, and Bridgerton was 1, and I already watched that, and Lupin was 2, and that I would give like a 3.5 out of 5 or something. I want to finish it because I want to see how it ends, but then I was like, oh, a female-driven show, let me watch this, and it was kind of more like indulgy. So I started that other one that I can't remember the name of, with Gabrielle Union and Jessica Alba. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel. All right, thanks guys so much if you're still watching. I really appreciate you. I would love to connect. Either leave me a comment here. Don't forget about the heart mug cozy if you want that. The one that's a little bit messed up, just with the heart tilted a little. If you want that one, leave a comment. Also, tell me what did I say? Oh, the format. If you recommend a format, if you want something different than what you're seeing now. Let me know your favorite knitting podcasts, and thank you so much. I hope to see you in about 2 weeks, late January or early February. Be safe, and I will probably go watch some more inauguration coverage now. So thanks guys. Have a wonderful couple weeks, and thank you so much for your support. If you want to find me in the meantime, I'm EBKnits on Instagram. That's where I am most often. So thanks guys. Have a good night.